Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So it's been a good hot minute since I've uploaded anything. Obviously there's some changes. I now have this, brownish blonde colored hair, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I've had this hair color for about a month. Kind of over it. I think I'm gonna go red. If you guys want to see that process, feel free to let me know. And I'll film it for you guys as I go red. But yeah. So I figured I would get ready for the day and tell you guys a little bit about my birth story. I guess I can give you a little bit of what's been happening these past couple of months. I know some of you guys were concerned what if anything had happened. I haven't been on in a while. Actually, my last video that I posted, I had him like a week, I think, later. I'm not sure when I posted that. But I think it was about a week, because it was the end of April when I had posted that one. I had him on May 3rd. If you guys are curious about what I'm using to put on my face, this is just like my quick go face. I used the Cover FX blurring primer. Yeah, so I posted that video, and then not long after, I went to the hospital for a checkup. Oh, actually, no. I went to the doctor for my doctor's appointment, and I wasn't feeling well. And during this whole time, like being pregnant, I went to the hospital a lot. Like, the doctor would just send me over there because my blood pressure was so high. And so we go to this doctor's appointment, and I'm not feeling well. Like, the doctor can tell I'm not feeling well. And he sends me over to the hospital. He's like, let's just get you checked out, make sure everything's good before, I send you home. I said, okay, that's fine. It's whatever. And so I get to the hospital, and my blood pressure is like through the roof at this point. Bless you. So I get to the hospital, and they're like, your blood pressure. Oh, I'm using this for my foundation. I get to the hospital, and they're just like, yeah, you're gonna end up having your baby today. I was like crying because I wanted to go full term with him, because I just have such a fear of having my babies early, which my first child was early. So, and I had the steroid shots and everything. I wasn't ready to go through that again with another baby. And like, I was crying because I wanted him to be okay. And the nurse is like, well, you got your steroid shots, so you did everything that you could on your side. And I was like, okay. Doctor comes in, and he tells me, he's like, okay, well, we're getting the operating room cleaned up, and you should have your baby by 4:30 today. And I'm like, oh my God, like, I just freak out at this point. Like, I'm happy because it's over, but then I'm like super scared and sad because I want to take him home. I don't want to go to, the hospital and everything. Like, I don't want to go through that again. They get me prepped and everything ready to go. And I had the worst experience with the anesthesiologist because he kept hitting my spine. And, like, I was in pain. Like, it hurt really bad. And I ended up getting sick from the anesthesia, and my husband's there with me and everything. And then the doctor's like, okay, we're gonna start. And at that moment, I was so nervous because I was just like, just praying. I was like, please, just everything goes smooth, and let my baby be fine so I can take him home. Like, that was just my biggest thing. I wanted to take him home. I finally get the baby out, and right when they pull him out, like that, those few seconds where they're trying to get him to cry are the worst for me, because I'm like, oh God, please cry. Like, I want you to cry. And I don't know, I just always, like, that right there, time stops for me, because I'm like, please be okay. And so he cries and everything. The nurse comes over, she shows him to me, and I was like, oh my God, he looks just like his dad. Now, when I say he looks like his dad, I make baby clones of their father. So my husband takes the baby, and they go and get him all, checked out and everything, and they get me prepped for recovery. And I have to go to recovery for about 2 hours. And I get to recovery, and the nurse kept telling me, she's like, relax and everything, so you can rest, so you can see your baby. And I was like, okay, like, I didn't want to relax until I knew he was okay. Like, I couldn't bring myself to relax. Like, I couldn't do it. So I'm sitting there and I'm trying to relax, and a nurse comes in, and I ask her, like, how's the baby and everything, and she's like, baby looks fine. Doctor's checking him out and his oxygen levels and everything. And I was like, okay. And at that moment, it kind of put me at a little bit of peace, because I'm like, okay, like, he's fine. I have nothing to worry about. He's in good hands at this point. And I'm just like, okay, like, now I can relax. That's not what happened. So I'm in recovery, and the nurse that was in there, she just kept telling me, take a nap, go to sleep. And I'm just like, I'm trying. It's really hard to take a nap being watched, for one. I finally get comfortable enough to where I could go to sleep. And I'm sitting there, and my body just gets real relaxed. And I'm sitting there, and I'm just like, okay, I'm tired. Like, I want to go to sleep. So I shut my eyes. Now, when I say I shut my eyes for about, it feels like maybe a couple of seconds, I get waken up with a bunch of nurses beside me telling me, ma'am, you need to breathe, like, right now. You need to wake up and you need to start breathing. And at this point, I'm like, well, okay, I'm going to wake up and start breathing. So that's exactly what I did. I woke up and I started taking a lot of deep. I was basically flatlining. To say the least, I was flatlining. And they were so concerned, like, and that it was my blood pressure that was the problem. So, that was a scary, scary moment, waking up to a bunch of nurses, because, you don't know what's happening in those couple of seconds or whatever. So I was just kind of more like dumbfounded, because it's like, what the hell, like, what's going on? And you wake up and there's a bunch of people around you, and you're like, oh shit, like, I almost died. And then, when that feeling comes over you, like, I always say I'm not afraid to die. I've always kind of had that mentality, I'm not afraid to die. But when stuff like that happens and it hits you, like, I've never had like a real near death experience. Um, but that one came pretty close. Um, I felt not so much worried about me per se. I was scared because, like, I'm never gonna see my kids again. I just gave birth to a baby, and what if I never see my kids again? You know, I'll never get to experience his little life. And that right there scared the shit out of me because I was not prepared for that. I was not ready for that at all. And at this point, I'm like, I want to see my kid, you know? Like, fuck this recovery shit. Take me to my kid. So they're like, oh, we're getting a room ready for you. And I'm like, okay, you know, whatever. Just, I want to see my kid. At this point, I'm just like, just take me to my kid. I get to my room and he tells me that the baby's oxygen levels are really low. And I'm like, okay, so what does that mean? And he's like, they're probably going to take him to Valley Children's. And at this point, I'm like crushed because the only thing I wanted out of this whole thing was to take my son home. Like, it's such a bummer to, I mean, I appreciate the medical care that he gets from Valley Children's. Like, my first son was there, and I appreciate everything they did for my child. But, you know, not being able to just go home after a couple of days with your kid is like the hardest part because you're walking out of that hospital empty. You know, your kid's somewhere else and you're just walking out with no baby. It's like the worst feeling ever. And the fact that I had to do it twice sucked. The lady from the Valley Children's, the one who flew him, was a really, really nice lady. She gave me the login. Apparently they have logins now where you can view your baby in its little crib at Valley Children's from your phone, which is awesome. I did not have that the first time, so that was pretty freaking cool to have that and be able to see him. So I've basically at this point I'm waiting to leave because I don't want to be there. I want to be in Madeira with my son, and the doctor said that I couldn't leave because my blood pressure was too high. And at this point, I'm just like, dude, like, okay, I get it. I have high blood pressure. It is what it is. But I need to go. Like, I need to see my kid. But they don't see it that way. So we were in the hospital for 4 days. I think, like, yeah, was it 4 days? Yeah, 4 days. We were in the hospital for that long because of my high blood pressure. And my husband did not want to go to Madeira without me. He wanted me to go because we do things like that together. Like anything basically with the kids, we try and do them together. So he didn't want to go unless I was going. And like I told him, I'm like, you know what, just go. Like, go see the baby, make sure he's alright, you know, and everything. And he's like, no, like, we're gonna go together. And I'm like, okay, fine, you know, it's fine. We can go together. And I think I got out on the 7th, 6th or 7th. I'm not sure which day it was. It felt like we were there forever because I just wanted to go home and shower. I was up, I was walking around at this point, like, I had no issues. And they were still telling me that I couldn't go home or anything. And I'm just like, dude, I'm over this. And they had me on a strict diet, so I couldn't have any salt. Nothing. I ended up getting released, and then the first day we got out, came home, and I saw my other kids, and they missed me like crazy. And I don't know if I want to do my hair now. This is the only thing I hate about having lighter hair. It makes me look like washed out. So we visit the baby and everything, and he is just as cute as can be. Like, he was so tiny, and everybody at Valley Children's did a wonderful job of just taking care of him and everything. Like, they were so great with him. He was there for 2 weeks, and yeah, I'm not gonna do my hair, just too much. Plus, it's raining outside, so I don't want to do that. So he was there at Valley Children's for 2 weeks, and then we finally got to take him home. And I was so excited. The kids, they came, they saw him and everything, and they were so excited to meet their new brother and everything. This guy, he's quite different. He is a little behind in some things, but for the most part, he's got it down. Like, he's 7 months old now. I don't know where the hell 7 months went by so quickly, but they went by. And, you know, he's learning how to sit on his own. He still falls down a lot, trying to sit up. So he's not fully sitting where he needs to be. He doesn't laugh. You have to try really hard to get a giggle out of him. He'll smile and everything, but to actually get a giggle out of him, it takes a lot of hard work. But other than that, he's just such a happy baby for the most part. He's great. And the greatest part of all of it, compared to my other two, he sleeps through the night since he was 3 months old. Yeah, like 2.5, 3 months old, he slept through the entire night. I'm talking 13 hours of sleep. Like, he slept. I mean, he woke up hella hungry, but he slept. But yeah, he's just, I'm looking over here because he's sleeping right now, so I'm like looking at him. He's the greatest. His name is Ezekiel. But yeah, he's such a little chunky man. If he was awake, I would show him to you guys, but yeah. He's so cute. I love him. But yeah. So it's basically my birthing story. I had a near-death experience and had to, you know, go back to Valley Children's and everything, and it was just, you know, it's nothing that I haven't been through before, so it's like it's nothing new to me, but, you know, it's different with every child. So that's basically it for my birthing story. And anything, if you guys have any questions, let me know, and I'll be sure to answer them in the comments. You guys have been great in my last video. I appreciate you guys so much with your comments and your love and everything. Thank you for those who checked on me or, you know, commented, make sure everything was okay. Yeah, it's been quite an ordeal. So, you know, just getting into the swing of things, you know. It's kind of just starting all over is kind of a big thing, because here I am with 2 children in school, and now I have this little tiny baby. So it's kind of a starting over point for me, because I'm like, okay, I got 2 kids in school, we'll be fine, and then here comes little Zeke. So, you know, but I will have more videos coming kind of soon, maybe. I will have some videos coming soon, clothing haul videos. I know you guys like to see those. So I will be doing a clothing haul video pretty soon, and because let me tell you, I haven't lost any weight since I friggin' had this kid. So I need to get in the process of doing that. I plan on doing that pretty soon. Like, I'm just trying to get through the holidays, because you know we eat on the holidays. So I'm trying to get through the holidays, and then once next year comes, I'm actually going to try and stick to it. And so I'm gonna try my best to keep healthy, but we'll see how that goes. But yeah, thank you to all my new subscribers. Since this is a recent video, this is me. But yeah, I will have a video on me changing my hair color, because obviously it's fun, but it's not me. I can't. I don't know how many times I try and go blonde, and it never stays. Well, I will see you guys in my next video. Please like and subscribe. I do appreciate it. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.